Welcome back to the Explainer, Active Agents. We have got an absolutely massive intel drop to cover today. Alongside the raging dust storm event, title update Y8S2.2 is officially rolling out. We are looking at a brand new classified assignment, a completely free rotation of classic missions, a packed multiplier event schedule, and a really critical batch of bug fixes that are going to drastically improve your field operations. I am so thrilled to walk you through exactly what you need to know to optimize your loadouts and, most importantly, your time.
But before we get into the nitty-gritty of the patch notes, I just got to take a quick second to celebrate a massive milestone with you all. Our covert communications network is officially expanded to 231 active agents. It is just fantastic to see this community growing so steadily. If you find these structured intelligence briefs helpful for your deployments, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really builds our community camaraderie and ensures you never miss a critical update.
Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we are covering our dispatch sitrep, new classified assignments, mutators and critical fixes, event multipliers and rewards, and finally, the Horizon Broken Rain.
Section 1. Dispatch sitrep. Let's establish your baseline for today's briefing.
Section 2. New classified assignments. Let's talk about the physical deployments opening up across Washington, D.C. right now.
Launching today, July 21st, is our newest physical deployment, the McMillan Reservoir Assault. Basically, you're going to be responding to a distress signal that throws you literally right into the middle of a brutal turf war between the True Sons and the Hyenas. It's a super intense, multi-layered engagement. Now, for those wondering how to actually access this, the assignment is available directly to owners of the Into the Dark bundle or the Into the Dark supply drop. Or, if you prefer to just grab it a la carte, it's purchasable separately for 500 premium credits.
And this brilliantly illustrates how our entire operational map is expanding. We're kicking off a weekly free rotation of classic assignments starting today. You'll want to jump into the National Bond Armory immediately. Then, next week on the 28th, it shifts to the Embassy Crash Site. After that, we've got the Marina Supply Route on August 4th, the Nightclub Infiltration on the 11th, the NSA Security Alert on the 18th, and finally, the Nelson Theater hostage situation wrapping up the month from August 25th to September 1st. Seriously, make sure you are taking advantage of this free rotation every single week.
Section 3. Mutators and Critical Fixes. Time to look at some major combat mechanics shifts.
So, Escalation's mutator pool has been dynamically adjusted with two pretty major replacements. The Hotfoot mutator, gone. It's been completely pulled and replaced with a new mechanic called ISAC Says. Meanwhile, the suppressor mutator has been swapped out for one for all. Let's break down exactly how these actually operate on the ground so you aren't caught off guard in the middle of a firefight.
First up is ISAC Says. This mutator is kind of like a deadly game of Simon Says. It hits you with a random debuff that you have to clear through very specific combat actions. If you get the red debuff, that's a brutal negative 25% to your weapon damage, which you clear by destroying an enemy weak point. If you get the blue debuff, your weapon handling drops by 30%, and you wipe that by securing 3 kills or assists. And the green debuff tacks on 30% to your skill cooldowns, which you can only wipe out with a sidearm kill. But here is the beauty of this system, the reward. Once you clear your specific debuff, ISAC hands you a massive plus 30% rate of fire buff. It literally turns a penalty into a highly aggressive advantage if you know how to adapt on the fly.
Now, what's really interesting about this next mutator, One for All, is how it completely flips team damage dynamics on its head. With this one, marked enemies grant nearby allies a staggering 50% damage resistance within a 20-meter radius. But wait for it, here is the kicker. Damage dealt to a marked enemy actually propagates to all allies in range. This completely changes area resistance and is going to force you to rethink your spatial positioning and target prioritization to maximize your squad's survivability and damage output.
Moving on to the critical fixes, let's do a rapid-fire rundown of the most vital resolutions in this patch. First and foremost, the incredibly frustrating Aaron Keener standoff on Liberty Island is fixed. He will finally come out of the house to fight. They've also resolved the Tinkerer exotic mask bug, where it was incorrectly stacking multiple talents. For you Dark Zone runners, the DZ West vendor anomaly is patched, meaning reconstructed caches are officially restored and back up for sale. Plus, they fixed the Capital Globe anomaly classified assignment, which was weirdly showing 6 out of 5 collectibles, patched a glaring texture gap above a wall in the west end, and corrected those inconsistent descent symbol designs on the megamap. Oh, and if you were getting 0 exotic components when deconstructing the Imperial Dynasty holster, or hitting a payment error buying the Agent Garcia jacket with textiles, yep, both of those are finally resolved too.
Section 4. Event multipliers and rewards.
It's time to optimize your loot grinding.
So, the absolutely crucial point to take away here is that your immediate priority this weekend is multitasking. From July 21st to the 28th, the Kenley College Expedition is active, and your big reward there is the Diamondback Exotic Rifle. But overlapping with this, from July 21st to just the 24th, is an optimization surge. That means you are getting double the optimization materials dropping from all sources. You absolutely need to be capitalizing on those double materials while you're deploying to Kenley College.
Looking ahead, these massive stat multipliers are going to drastically alter your optimal loadouts week by week. Check this schedule out. Starting July 28th, the Assault Multiplier gives you up to 200% increased damage against nearby enemies, perfect for close quarters builds. Then overlapping on July 31st, Vanguard Overdrive kicks in, granting 50% reload and swap speed, a massive 40% hazard protection boost, 20% movement speed, and 15% armor on kill. Moving into August, the Ambush Multiplier rewards stationary play with up to 200% extra damage from August 4th to the 11th. And finally, the Tech Overdrive from August 7th to the 11th is basically a dream for skill builds. It gives you +3 skill tiers, 50% extra skill damage and duration, plus 25% skill health and haste. Plan your loadouts according to this schedule, and you will absolutely dominate the field.
Also, grab a pen and firmly mark your calendars for August 4th through the 7th because we have a prototype surge incoming. During this super tight 3-day window, you will earn double escalation tokens and double prototype cores from all sources. Honestly, do not sleep on this window if you are looking to maximize your token and core farming.
Just real quick, before we wrap up the current operational details, I need to briefly flag a couple of known interface anomalies, so you aren't caught off guard. Right now, players cannot change the display difficulty on the Kenley College leaderboard. Also, the Bronze Mastery Timer isn't displaying properly on Kenley missions. Just keep these in mind during your expeditions so you aren't relying on bugged UI elements.
Section 5. The Horizon Broken Rain. Let's look at the next major incursion.
Let's move on and see how this all builds up. As the dust settles, literally, on the current Dust Storm event, a massive new endgame deployment is waiting right on the horizon. The next Incursion, titled Broken Rain, officially launches next month on August 11th. This gives you exactly enough time to use these event multipliers, gather your double optimization materials, fine-tune your loadouts, and get your squads completely organized. Trust me, the challenges in Broken Rain are going to require you to be at the absolute top of your game.
And that brings us to the end of today's explainer. We've covered a ton of ground to get your loadouts optimized, but I want to leave you with a critical question to think about. With the Broken Rain incursion looming just over the horizon, is your squad truly ready to weather the storm, or will these new combat mutators break your front line before you even deploy? Let me know which tactical adjustment or fix in Y8S 2.2 you're most glad to see down in the comments below. Stay sharp out there, agents, and I will see you in the next explainer.